So first key point, what is R&D for tax purposes? That really is the big question. And it's easy to be quite broad brush about it. And we've heard many people saying that all sorts of things can potentially qualify for R&D. Why not just try? However, identifying what really qualifies for R&D and understanding what really qualifies for R&D tax reliefs is really key to making any successful claim. And it's really important that directors and anyone involved in R&D in your business is really familiar with and understands what does qualify and what doesn't. So just to give you the definition, in simple terms, research and development for tax purposes takes place when a project seeks to achieve an advance in science or technology. And the activities that directly contribute to achieving this advance in science or technology through the resolution of scientific or technological uncertainty are research and development. So you can see there that the three key elements are highlighted. There's really three key ingredients, which I've just pulled out here on this next slide. So I've just highlighted those. So you've got three things. It's got to be a project, you've got to be seeking an advance in science and technology, and there's got to be technological uncertainty. So just to take those in time, there's got to be a project. There needs to be a defined project happening. It could be to develop a new product, it could be to appreciably improve an existing product or process. But overall, there has got to be a method or a plan that you're working to in a systematic way. Just discovering something amazing that works by accident won't exactly qualify as a project. So you've got to be quite careful on that point. It has got to be an organized project that you're working through systematically. You're trying to achieve something in a systematic way. And we've got to be trying to achieve an advance in science or technology. That's the second point. So you need to be seeking an advance in science or technology. You need to be seeking to advance something beyond what is currently available. So not just to you, but in that whole field. And it isn't just using technology to create something. It's actually advancing that technology. It's actually pushing it forward, pushing the boundaries, pushing beyond what's already been achieved or what's already known in that field. And then there's got to be technological uncertainty along the way. So this is where, at the outset of the project, the people working on the project, the competent professionals in the field, don't know how or whether it will be feasible to achieve what you want to achieve in practice. So, it can't be something routine. It needs to involve uncertainty where you just don't know how you're going to achieve the result, the advance that you're seeking. And so really you need all those three ingredients to qualify for R&D for tax purposes. You can't really skip over any one of those 3 points. You've got to really have all three to qualify and make a successful R&D claim. Just to give you a few more examples, of what does qualify for R&D and the difference between that and what doesn't. I've just got three examples here on screen. These are actually, these first two are actually taken from examples of the government guidelines on research and development as to what does qualify. So the first one here, we've got a clothing company seeking to develop a new water breathable fabric for use in hiking gear. And there's technological uncertainties around whether a material with the desired physical characteristics can actually be made. And that's something, this company is seeking to push beyond boundaries of what's already there, seeking to advance the fabric technology, basically. And it involves an uncertainty, and it's a project they're working on a systematic way that qualifies for R&D. Second one here, finding a new active ingredient for weed killer company that's actually developing a formula to incorporate or to find a new active and then incorporate that for use into a commercial product. Again, they're working on it in a systematic way. It's a project. They're seeking to advance technology because it's a new active that hasn't been used before, that hasn't been created before to kill weeds, and there's uncertainty around that. So it ticks all three boxes. It qualifies for R&D. Third example we've got here, finding an alternative supplier for a like-for-like product replacement. And this is something that a lot of our clients are doing. You're searching around for alternative suppliers, trying to strengthen up their supply chains, trying to make sure we've got alternative suppliers. You're just doing that in itself. You think back to those three ingredients of R&D. Yes, you might be working on a project to do it, but does it actually involve seeking a technological advancement? Well, not really. If you're just trying to find, you're just sourcing another product, and does it involve technological uncertainty? Well, no. It will involve some uncertainty. You don't know if you're going to successfully find an alternative supplier, but that's not a technological uncertainty. That's just a kind of commercial uncertainty. So hopefully that just gives an overview of what really the definition of R&D is for tax purposes, and the kind of things that do qualify, what doesn't. And I think you'll find referring back to those three key ingredients really helpful in trying to decide whether something does or doesn't qualify.